to show how to make this little table. It's nice and lightweight, easy to move around, and big enough for stuff like a chop saw. And it's the right height. And when we've got this, we've got it operational. Stick your wood on there, and it's just a nice, easy. It also makes a nice height. Set yourself a little piece of steel, and whatever your project is, sit there, weld up. Using a 2x2 sheet of thick plywood that I picked up the other day, and we're ready to start measuring and making our cuts. And then make sure it's 2 foot, which it's not. It's actually not square. Got slightly, what was it, about was it a 1/16 of an inch difference? So it doesn't matter that much, but something to take into account. Ready to spin you over here to the chop saw and make our first cut. Hopefully that was a good cut. First ones are always the hardest on the chop saw. You got too much sticking out. Alright. That is just about perfect. Now we're going to measure up another one, cut it, and then we've got to remeasure and figure out what our distance in here is going to be. Right. Oh, that's pretty. So you'll notice that I had these stood up on the piece that I'm measuring. So I tried to do the math in my head to figure out how much I needed to subtract off of this thickness, and I came up with a couple different numbers that were way off. So unless you're a mathematician or a really good carpenter, then that's going to be the simple way to do it. believe it, but I think I actually got it dead on. That's actually going to work out beautifully because I've got this big nasty booger here in the wood, and I think that's actually deep enough it would be weak, and I'm going to cut it back here so I get rid of that whole gross chunk. Got that pretty well framed up. I'm going to go ahead and put some screws in it because that looks like it's pretty much where it needs to be. Now, I meant to mention the awesome thing about this little design is that it's scalable. So if you want to do a 2 foot by 4 foot table, you can do that pretty easily and then have a bigger workbench. By the way, I'm using 2.5 inch screws. Just deck and wood screws with the star bit. Those seem to work so much better than the Phillips head. Those are nice. Those are like dead on. Alright, so off camera there, I just had a little debate with myself on how to stick the feet on here, and I was going to try something like one this way and then flip one that way, but I kind of think that's weird and probably doesn't make any difference. So instead, I'm going to go this way because, go on balance there. Alright, we'll set that down. If the 2x4 is here, and I'm putting screws in going that way, I don't have to worry about accidentally hitting the screw shanks over here. So it just keeps me from going in this way and smacking into one of them and having to put another hole in a different spot. So I'm going to get the camera lined up here and we'll go ahead and drive in a couple extra screws. So what I did there was make a failure. I'm going to try something different. Driving through the front side like normal. Okay. Well, before I stick this on, I'm going to throw an extra screw in through the sides of these. Alright, ready to do the top. I'm going to line them up, kind of make the thing here and pinch the wood. Get it lined up and square. I'm going to switch to some 2-inch sized. Wow. Going to switch to some 2-inch screws. Overall fit and finish here. Got these edges lined up pretty nice, pretty smooth. Other than our wobble, which I believe that's because one of these 2x4s was bowed, I think. Or I'm just a bad craftsman. Down here is our worst edge. I can actually get, that much of my finger under it. But, I mean, the cool thing about this type of little table, again, it's scalable, so you can make it bigger, or you can get nicer materials and make your own pretty little nightstand or something. We're going to fix the wobble on this little table today. I grabbed a couple of little levels. These are just what I have available. Right here in the garage. Left my other ones in the house. But it's teetering this way. So I'm going to set this on here and this one. And if we teeter it this way, try to get a look. Teeter it that way. Might have to play with the angle of these so you actually get a better read. Right now it's still reading level on both sides. I was messing with this earlier and found that when this side was down, it's out of level. So put these back. This is just a wooden shim you can get from the hardware store. We stick it under here, and it's at a slight wedge, so you just tighten it up under there, kind of tap it in. Now our wobble's gone. But you're not going to want to carry that around with you, so I've got an idea for how to fix this. We're going to mark that. Now we can bring our shim up and cut right there on the mark, so it's the size of our 2x4. These little shims are nice and soft, so you can usually cut them with just a razor blade. Run that over it a couple times. Got a little booger stick right there. These pieces, don't need them, just this little piece. Now we're going to take that, flip the table over, fits right there on the bottom, center you back up. These are what I'm going to use. Just a little nail. Called trim nails or finished nails. We're going to go ahead and tap the two of them in there, and that should make this nice and level. So much better. That's just the natural rock for me pushing it. But it doesn't do a rocking anymore. But that's it for now. Thanks.